In 12 investigates millions of mismanaged dollars. That is what the state auditor, Dave Bolick, says he found while looking into North Carolina A&T State University's finances. Discrepancies showed more than $5 million improperly used. WXII 12 Serra Sowers joins us from campus now. Serra, there's a lot to unpack here. What are some of the main takeaways?
Kenny, there is a lot in this report. The state auditor said that there are at least 6 former North Carolina A&T employees that were in those upper leadership circles that are accused of improperly handling financial aid money and giving it to people that they know.
Students got an advantage because of who they knew and who they were connected to, not because of the merit or the need that they exhibited to the university to receive aid. Money that otherwise could have benefited a different program or student who qualified and was in need instead went to those who had the right connection.
The state auditor said the misappropriated funding totaled more than $5.1 million between 2017 and 2025. That money came out of administrative recovery funds, which are meant for emergency fees and not tuition assistance. The majority of that went toward out-of-state students, and more than $780,000 went toward 24 students who were employed by North Carolina A&T or had a family member who was. For example, the former director of the Real Estate Foundation is accused of allocating $73,000 to his nephew from the fund. Another instance listed the former vice provost for enrollment management had a hold put on his son's account so he could continue learning, despite having an outstanding balance, violating university policy. That same student also received a $10,000 scholarship from the Aggie Club endowment, which was roughly 5 times larger than any amount given in previous years. The state auditor thanked A&T's chancellor for bringing this issue to its attention to help correct past wrongdoing.
This was initiated by your leader, Chancellor Martin, and his team, who called us in to assist with this. We're proud to work on behalf of the people of North Carolina and provide this service and get to the bottom of what is a bit of a financial mess.
Our core values require transparency, responsibility, and integrity. And we hold ourselves to the same standards we ask of our students, our faculty, and our staff, and that starts with me.
The university didn't list any names specifically, just the titles of those former employees and the relation, whether it was a son, daughter, or nephew that might have benefited from that financial aid. The university also couldn't clarify if any of those students who received the benefits are still enrolled here at A&T. Reporting live in Greensboro, Serra Sowers, WXII 12 News.